afternoon YouTube, Xfile2708 back again with another video. This one, as you can tell from the thumbnail, is my latest delivery from the Arrow harvest sale that I think started at the beginning of last week and I believe runs through to the 3rd of November. So if you saw the last video, you'll see that I picked up, I think, 3 titles in my local HMV that were reduced as part of the Arrow sale. Late last week, I was very lucky, VIP with Arrow, not. But I'd added, I think, 6 titles into my basket at the start of the sale. I'd looked through the 21 pages and cherry-picked ones that I was interested in, and just left them there in the basket, and ahhing which ones I'd go for and which ones I'd leave behind for this time. Very kindly, Arrow sent me through a 15% discount code. So I think I got about £15 off the order for the remaining 6 that I'd got in my basket. In fact, it was actually 5 that were in my basket because one of them, which I think was Zombie Flesh Eaters on 4K, had gone out of stock. So there was 5 titles. The discount code brought about £15 off, and then obviously with Arrow, you've got the postage charges. So I think that was about £6 for 2 to 3 day postage. So overall, I got about £10 off the order, which wasn't too bad. So that order came through yesterday afternoon. Thankfully undamaged. The box was battered when Every brought it to the door, but thankfully everything that was inside, including the little box set, was in perfect condition. So I'll share those with you in a minute. But first of all, you can see I will put a proper picture up on the screen. I've got a new horror related jumper. Had this probably about a month or 6 weeks ago when we had the nice weather. Ghost Lou brought it back one afternoon with one of his friends and said, I saw that when I was out and about and picked it up for you. So been waiting for the colder weather to hit us, which has really been this week. It's overcast and miserable and been raining off and on all day here today. So I thought, right, let's put a jumper on, and here we go. I'll put a picture up on screen so you can see the full print, but you can see the top there, Creature from the Black Lagoon. So big thank you to Lewis for spotting that and picking it up for me as a gift when he was out and about. So link to Lewis's channel as always in the description. He hasn't put a video up for several weeks, I think now at least. Busy with starting a new college and things like that, but head over to his channel. If he sees he's got a couple of new subscribers or something as a part of this, then it might kick him into doing a new video, who knows. But yeah, big thanks to Lewis for that one. Really pleased, huge Universal Monsters fan, love Creature from the Black Lagoon, and yeah, as you can see from the picture that I've put up on screen, a really cool design. So there we go, that's that one. Right, on to Arrow goodness. First of all, I'll show you... Oh, nearly knocked the pile over. Went into HMV today, myself and Pam. Picked up a few bits which I'll show possibly this coming weekend. I need to go back to HMV at some point if the 2 for 15 is still on with a particular subset that I'm collecting. So but picked up this particular title today. Big thank you to Tim over at... Is that it? Yeah, there you go. As I mentioned Tim's name, he messages in our Lords of Darkness group. But yeah, big thanks to Tim for the heads up on this one. I'd forgotten it was coming out. Myself and Tim, both big fans of the Tartan Asia Extreme releases. So Tim's got the full set of 84, I think it is, not including the limited edition releases. I'm about halfway through collecting that set. And Arrow yesterday released this bad boy. So really good prices. This is Three Extremes and the second Three Extremes. Funny enough, entitled Three Extremes 2. So I have already got one I prepared earlier. There you go, Three Extremes 2 on the Tartan Asia Extreme. But like I say, this is that particular subset that I'm collecting, so that one will remain in the collection. But Arrow on Blu-ray have just released this as a limited edition. So this is Three Extremes, the first one, which I haven't got in the collection as yet on DVD, under Tartan Asia Extreme, and Three Extremes 2. So it's a 2-disc limited edition collection with a slip. So it is still sealed. Literally only got it back earlier on this afternoon. $17.99 for a 2-disc 2-movie. In fact, it's the Three Extremes are short stories, so I think each one has got 3 short stories on, but like I say, this is Three Extremes and Three Extremes 2, so 6 short stories in total. And it's, let's have a look, brand new 2K restoration of both films by Arrow Films. Double-sided fold-out poster featuring newly commissioned artwork by Xin Mi Liu or Lau. Disc 1 is called 3, and disc 2 is called 3 ... Extremes, which has got stuff by the likes of Takashi Miike, etc. So yeah, really chuffed with that one. So it's got both releases. First one is 128 minutes and the other one is 126 minutes. But yeah, really enjoy all of the Tartan Asia Extreme stuff. Yeah, nice. I will still get, like I say, the original Tartan Asia Extreme release of Three Extremes. But yeah, really pleased to get this limited edition from Arrow that came out yesterday. So that's the first Arrow edition. So another video with some Arrow stackage. So that's that one. Right, next we have the 5 titles that came through as part of the Arrow Harvest sale, which I believe runs until the 3rd of November. So if you're still and ahhing, or you've not had a look at the sale as yet, head on over. Some brilliant bargains to be had. First one is a film that I have seen before, but I hadn't got on physical. So it is The Mangala. So I'm not going to say too much about this one because it will be featuring on an upcoming video that I'm doing, but it is basically about a killer mangle. Yep, you heard it right, a killer mangle. Let me see. It will scare the sheet out of you. There you go. That's another pun similar to what Tim gave us yesterday on his video. Master of Horror, Tobe Hooper, obviously Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Salem's Lot, returns to the works of Stephen King with this Baroque and Blacklead comic adaptation of The Mangala. So there you go, guys. If you're into your Stephen King adaptations, The Mangala, excuse the glare, is one of them. When a worker at Gartley's Blue Ribbon Laundry is pulled into the titular laundry press, okay, and folded like a sheet, police officer John Hunton is called to investigate. Was it an accident or is it something more sinister going on? As more deaths and injuries occur, the watchful eye of owner Bill Gartley, played by Robert Englund, Hunton with his demonologist brother-in-law Mark Jackson come to believe the machine might be possessed and the town itself to be hiding a much deeper secret. Like an EC horror comic come to life, The Mangala is bold, brash and politically aware as Hooper once again points his camera at the American nightmare, this time turning it on the bloodthirsty machine of capitalism itself. So yeah, just the normal Blu-ray release. So this one, I don't believe Arrow have done this as a limited edition release. I have seen it once before, probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. I did really enjoy it. And like I say, it's about a killer object, so I love my killer object movies. So this was one that really tickled my pickle. So yeah, £8.99 in the Arrow sale at the minute. This one's down to. So looking forward to a rewatch of that one and chatting some more about it on an upcoming video. Now, talking of upcoming videos, I'm going to be on a live stream tomorrow. Pete over at, I think it's called the Playtendo guy, invited me onto the stream a couple of weeks ago. It's going to be tomorrow evening. I'm not too sure on the time. I need to double check that, but I will put a link in the description to Pete's YouTube channel. My God, my brain is fuzzled. I'll put a link in the description to Pete's channel. There's going to be, I believe, myself, Nige, aka Rock God, and Scott, aka Scott the Movie Critic, as well as Pete. I'm guessing it's going to be around 7-8 o'clock, but if you have a look over at Pete's channel, you'll probably see a link in there. By all means, jump on and yeah, ask some questions or just have a listen to us chatting all kinds of shit for a couple of hours. So be good to see you guys over there. Anyway, there we go. There's the Mangala. That's that one. Next up, a limited edition release that had been on my my radar to pick up for a while. Let's have a think. I think it probably came out about a year or so ago. I didn't at the time want to obviously pay full price. Certain ones, like what have I picked up recently? The Return of the Living Dead, nice to get on day one. Other ones like this one, I don't know too much about, but the description and the trailer that I'd seen piqued an interest. So I kind of bide my time, wait for them to drop into the sales and then pick them up if they're still available. So this was one of them, and it is Rampo Noir, and again still sealed, but it's the limited edition release with the slip. So that's that one. Let's have a look. It says on the back, 4 filmmakers from completely different backgrounds bring their radically personal tastes to the stories of Japan's celebrated master of the macabre, Edogawa Rampo, from Horrors of Malformed Men and Blind Beast. So it looks as though it's, I don't know, maybe a horror anthology. A movie starting off called Mars Canal. I don't know. But yeah, 4 stories. Runtime of 134 minutes. 18 rated, and literally all it says under the rating is strong sex. So that'll be an interesting one to watch. So there we go. There's Rampo Noir. I've got a feeling Tim's got this and watched it. I haven't heard anyone else mention it. By all means, pause and zoom in. You can see exactly what's there. But yeah, nice to pick that one up. Like I say, kind of a blind buy. I vaguely remember Tim mentioning it and saying it was a decent watch. So yeah, with it being in the Arrow sale currently, I thought it'd be rude not to pick it up. So that's that one. Next up, nice little upgrade for me, this one. So this was one again mentioning Tim. Tim sent me through the DVD for this quite some time ago, probably a year to a year and a half ago. I'd got the DVD, passed it now over to Ghost Lou, and I've managed to upgrade and get the Arrow limited edition release of The Woman. Absolutely fantastic film. 4K, as you can see from there. I think, not 100% sure, this was down to $17.99 in the Arrow sale. So for the 4K, it's got The Woman, and it's also got a second film on, which again is a really good watch, called The Offspring, if you haven't seen. But I saw The Woman, probably 5 or 6 years ago for the first time. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I'd need to double check my letterbox, but I think I've seen The Offspring as well, and really enjoyed it. But I haven't rewatched this from all those years ago. Hadn't got round to watching the one that Tim passed myself and Lewis across, but like I say, Lewis has now got that in his collection. So yeah, 4K limited edition, down to $17.99 again, with the slip, which was really good. Quite a brutal film, this one, if anyone hasn't seen it before. It's got Pollyanna McIntosh in, and it's a film by Lucky McGee. And it says here, almost a decade after Lucky McGee burst upon the indie horror scene and became a master of horror in the making thanks to his directorial debut May, which I have got behind Doug here as a second sight release. He teamed up with the legendary cult author Jack Ketchum for his most shocking and brutal film to date, The Woman, an instant course celebre on its Sundance premiere. The Woman, Pollyanna McIntosh, who also featured in The Walking Dead. So there she is there as the main character. Is the last surviving member of a deadly clan of feral cannibals that has roamed the American wilderness for decades, when successful country lawyer Chris Cleek stumbles upon her whilst hunting in the woods. He decides to capture and civilise her with the help of his seemingly perfect all-American family, including his wife Bella, played by Angela Bettis, who also featured in May, and daughter Peggy. The Cleeks will soon learn, however, that hell hath no fury like the woman scorned. So yeah, 4K, and like I say, includes the other movie, The Offspring. So where are we? The Woman is 103 minutes and The Offspring is 79 minutes. 18 rated, contains strong bloody violence, gore and sexual violence. Like I say, it is brutal, so it won't be for everybody, but I've seen it a couple of times previously, and it's a decent watch. I enjoyed it for what it was, and definitely one that I'll look forward to watching and seeing what Arrow have done with this 4K transfer. So that's the next one, guys, The Woman. 2 more to go. Missed out on this one last year. It was one, I got a load of Arrow 4K releases, probably, when would it have been? Last summer-ish, or maybe it was in the Arrow Easter sale at the time last year. So I got titles like Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, Phenomena, Children of the Corn, all on 4K. I think at the time they were all between £10 and £15 in the Arrow sale. I got the original Demons movie by Dario Argento, but went to order the second one, Demons 2, funnily enough, and that one was out of stock, so I never did get Demons 2, even though I really enjoyed it, so I haven't been able to get it back since. Until now. There we go. Demons 2 on 4K. So, completing the set for me. So, one I've only ever seen once before, but it was one that I enjoyed. Not as good as the original. Obviously, set in the cinema. The original one. Thoroughly enjoyed the original one, but this is a decent sequel if you haven't seen it before. And again, I think this was down to about £15 in this latest Arrow sale. So there we go, cool cover there. Demons 2. Let's have a look. Unleashed through the TV and bring it hell direct to your living room. Resurrected out of the dark forbidden zone, the world's ugliest demons are causing carnage in an apartment block, eating the residents and spreading their deadly plague. Watch as a teenage birthday girl ruins the party by eating her guests. Yeah, that will generally ruin a party, I would suggest. See bodybuilders torn to shreds and tremble in terror as possessed children run amok. Will anyone survive, or will the demons rise once more and destroy us all? So, yeah, 4K restoration from Arrow. 15 rated, runs 91 minutes, and contains strong violence and horror. I don't know. There's lots of documentary bits and things like that as part of the Arrow extras. And it says here something about an interview with Sergio Stivoletti and something called Bava to Bava, an archival interview with Luigi Cosi on the history of Italian horror. So that might be quite an interesting one to have a watch of as well. But yeah, really pleased to complete the set with those two. So Demons 1, which is over there, and then Demons 2 4K now in the collection. And then to finish, we have an Arrow box set. This one's been on my radar probably for the last 12 months or so now. Seen it drop into various Arrow sales over the last year or so, and I've been like, do I take the plunge? I love, as I've mentioned previously, my Tartan Asia Extreme and Japanese horror in general. So if you look on the shelf behind, I don't think you can actually see. Now it's the shelf above. I've got a lot of the Japanese Cat 3s and stuff like that, and like I say, I've got the Tartan Asia Extreme collection that I'm halfway through the 84 that were released. So I'd seen J-Horror Rising. Like I say, it's dropped into the sales. I think this is normally £60, I think it is. $59.99. Currently, excuse me, I've not long had dinner. Currently in the sale down to $34.99. It's well, it's not 2 movies, it's 6 movies in total, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 5, what was it, 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it looks as though it's 7 movies actually. I am not going to pronounce them all because 9 out of 10 of 7 of these, no, that doesn't work. Anyway, the majority of them, no point saying 9 out of 10, the majority of them I'm not going to pronounce, and I'm not going to try and attempt and end up butchering them. You might be able to see there, again, if you want to pause and zoom in to read the titles. But yeah, two Amores. No, I'm not going to try, but yeah, there you go. You can see the titles there anyway. So, but yeah, finally took the plunge. So I've been umming and ahhing probably for a year or so on picking it up. I thought, no, I'm just going to grab it now. So yeah, lots. I think Tim had picked this one up as well quite some time ago, but I believe he's only watched 1 or 2 of them so far. So I did message him before placing my order with Arrow last week and said, how did you get on with the remaining ones? But Tim's been watching other stuff as opposed to the remaining ones left on this one. So I thought, you know, £35 instead of 60, you know, if it sits on my shelf and I just watch one every now and again, then, you know, it's neither here nor there, but it's a nice box set for the collection and not at its full price either. So if anyone is a fan of this one, if you've got it in your collection and you have seen all 7 films, let me know in the comments how you got on with them, which ones were your favourites, which ones you weren't too keen on. Be nice to have a bit of a heads up and a discussion with anyone that has seen all these films as part of the box set. So there we go, guys. That's some more Arrow stackage for today's video. I think that's pretty much me done with the Arrow harvest sale for this time. So yeah, I've got 1, 2, at least 2 more pickups videos to come. Next one will probably be Where are we today? We're Wednesday today. I might try to do one Friday and one Sunday. I'll see how things go. But I have got a dedicated subset one to show, where I've picked up, I think, 5 or 6 titles, and possibly adding a couple more later on in the week that will make that a decent subset video to do here on the channel. Yep, so for now, guys, as always, please remember to like, comment and subscribe and all that good stuff. Join me on the live stream tomorrow. Link to Playtendo Guy, Pete's channel, in the description. Hopefully see you over there tomorrow, and I'll catch you all later on in the week with another video. Bye for now, guys.